We're live.
Welcome to Entertainment is Dead, where gaming is gone to die. I am your host, Chuck.
You just sounded so stiff. You're like, welcome to Entertainment is Dead, where gaming has gone to die with clear eyes.
Hey!
Wow.
Wow.
The
So
glasses
how's
are
that
off.
going?
It's going great.
Oh, that's cool.
So tonight we're going to talk about the PC Master Race, where we don't talk about anything else, just
You are
PC.
subjugated. You don't even know it.
You will join our race. Tonight we have some guests back for the second time or third time, Jacek?
Third.
Third
I
time.
think.
We have Jacek back. Really excited.
Third?
Jacek's here to guide us along the way, along with Vance and Tom, and a really, really special guest, Danielle. Is it Uber-Alice? Did I say that right?
Alice, yeah.
Ooh, I got it right. She's
Yeah,
on the
buddy.
Hello Sweetie podcast. She had reached out on the interwebs and talked to Tom about building a PC, and we also know her and like her show a lot. So if you are a girl or just like to listen to a whole cast of girls talk about really cool comic stuff, you should check out their cast. Where can I find that at?
HelloSweetiePodcast.com. We're on Stitcher, Facebook, iTunes, pretty much anywhere. And we like dudes too, so
I know,
We
I
like-
want to be on your show.
Good to know.
yeah.
Hmm.
We like all genders and everything.
Sometimes I feel like I'm like, hey, I wonder if Danielle, like, who was it? Jimmy and I were talking on Stitch, or on Slack about
on the Stitcher webs.
Stitch. I need coffee.
Stickum?
We were talking, yeah. That- we were talking to your cohort and saying, hey, we should be on your show, and then we
Which
never got an
cohort?
invite.
Like my wife cohort?
Your wife.
Okay.
Mhm.
Rebecca.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't.
Aw.
I don't
We
really
never got
talk to
the
any of your other cohorts, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
not
That
that
happens.
they're probably good people. I don't know your
They're
other
fine.
cohorts.
And great.
Yeah.
All
They are
right.
great ladies.
So I think we're gonna kind of break down a little bit. We're going really loose tonight because Tom was in charge, and then he just kind of said, "Hey, we're doing this."
Dude, I run
So-
a loose, man. Like, my whole life is finger guns and me just throwing shit. I'm just like, let's run a podcast!
Bang! You got shot
So-
in the face.
We're gonna go over exactly what draws people to build their own PCs. We also want to kind of talk about what the cause for gap is, why some people don't want to get into that.
That was a good
Um,
corporate term. I'm impressed.
That's about the
Very
only
well
good thing
done.
I'm going to say tonight. And then we're going to just kind of branch off. I want to talk a little bit about Witcher 3. Tom wanted to talk about things.
Well, you also just brought up a lot of the indie sequels. I think it'd be fun to talk about. We've got Magicka 2, Hotline Miami 2, Gratuitous Space Battles 2, Killing Floor 2, and
Star Drive 2.
Star Drive 2. We could talk about the numerous ports that honestly originated on PC, and now console manufacturers are scrambling to pull them to their system. I can't tell you how many games that I'm playing either on my PS4 or on my Vita that were originally a PC title. So
Oh yeah.
All right. So let's get into how to build a PC. And Danielle, tell me what is driving you to want to build a desktop. Talk to me about that.
My laptop can't play WoW or really anything, so I really, really want something that I can do that kind of stuff with.
I think we need to clarify. What are you playing in WoW? Just out of curiosity.
Horde,
And-
Troll,
Oh.
Nice.
yeah.
and Warrior.
Well.
Yeah.
Good. I am impressed.
Lance is happy because he was really nervous you were gonna say Alliance. And
Oh, fuck off. No, I'm not an alliance.
Oh.
Gross.
Wait, you don't like the Goldshire?
My heart's warmed up a lot.
Yay.
So, yay. All right. For
Um,
the horde, fuck the
Well,
alliance.
so and even more like what about
Exactly.
so World of Warcraft it's really rare for somebody in my Twitter feed to be like, "Yo, dog, I need to build a new gaming PC." So what other stuff would you play? Why PC? Like, what draws you specifically to PC besides WoW, or is that really the main driver?
No, like there's a ton of PC games that I'm way into. Like I really love the Walking Dead game. I really want to play the Wolf Among Us, the Fables game.
Oh, that's a great
Uh,
one.
and I just like all the mods and everything that you can do with a computer versus.
Yeah, I've seen some
Yeah.
beautiful things in. Somebody was doing. Was it? Oh, the new game just came out, but it's Dead. No, Dark Souls. Dark Souls 2
Oh,
had
Dark
some.
Souls.
Yeah, some of the mods that you can do on PC look incredible, which I won't lie, makes me want to play it more on the PC.
And there's even a community for Street Fighter on the PC where they're doing mods and they're sending, like, I get all kinds of videos. Like the other day was Iron Man versus Hulk, and somebody had taken T-Hawk and made him into Iron Man. And no, it was Hugo, and they had made Hugo into Hulk, and they had made Zangief into Iron Man, and it was super sick. Like, you can do a lot of really cool stuff on that side if you want to get into the nitty gritty, which is cool.
So
And of course,
I kind of
there's
want
the classic. I was going to
Sorry,
say
go
there's
ahead.
also the classic of, Skyrim, which has too many mods, I think.
Yeah, Skyrim is ridiculous with the mods and all like the weird things you can do to your characters.
Like, make all the dragons
Everybody
Thomas
make
the
it.
Tank Engine.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
I've
That's a good one.
seen that
Yeah.
one.
How is that a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad thing. It's just kind of going too far.
There's never.
Or or is it not far enough?
I mean, if
You gotta
ever,
find the
what about that saucy conductor? Like, is he involved? Because I love that dude.
Freaking George Carlin.
Yeah.
Saucy.
Yeah.
It was George Carlin, wasn't it? What the hell was that guy doing on a kid show?
You know.
Hey, money's green no matter who's handing it to you.
Amen.
That's true.
So no,
the
I was
same
gonna
guy
say,
that was given a blowjob in Dogma, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Yes. Guilty.
guilty of blowjobs.
May he rest
No,
in
that
peace.
was that Jay and Silent Bob though.
Oh, I can't remember.
I think
need to
it's
go
Jay
back.
and Silent Bob.
Let's go to the Googles.
Dogma, he's the priest, and
think you're
in Jay
right.
and Silent Bob, he's the hitchhiker.
Yeah, I
And-
think you're
yep.
right.
Yep.
So,
Yep, you're
really
correct.
quick poll here.
Ooh.
Out of everybody in the room, who would rather have somebody pre-build a unit for them or build it themselves? Go round
Build
robin.
themselves.
Themselves.
I'd like to build it myself.
I want a pre-built. I fucking hate when shit breaks. I hate it so much.
You have
There's
so
also-
many friends.
I do, but I don't want. I hate when things break.
So let me tell you a story. So my roommate, he's really a good friend of mine, and we started both building a computer at the same time. He does the whole meticulous, going to all the forums, see what products work best, what CPU works best with this motherboard, what motherboard to get, what graphics card to get, water cooling versus fan. Spent hours and hours and hours. When he built it, power supply went out. Graphics card was eaten by the next power supply. Motherboard died. He's changed out the RAM like 3 times. And here I am. I'm like, ooh, this is a good deal on Newegg. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. Oh, this is pretty good. Oh, you're going to give me your old, RAM? Great. And I have had no issues at all. So it's really luck of the draw.
Yeah.
It really
Well,
is.
and I think too, like with the building thing, like Lance, when you say you don't want to build your own, like there's a good community. Like when Danielle was like, "I want to build a PC," I was all about it. I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's build a PC. You order the parts, let's put it together. I want to join. Let's plug stuff in." Like,
And it's
Yeah.
awesome to build something yourself. Like it
Right.
gives you like that sense of accomplishment.
I built this. This is
I
mine.
built it. Exactly.
Sweat went into this.
Exactly.
well, and I think too, like,
Oh,
sweat,
that is-
tears.
look how pretty that is.
Mm,
Is that a clear case, son?
no. It's a Leanne Lee that I modified.
Oh, cool.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to go through it for the stream. It'd be fun.
That'd be way
But-
fun. I can
sorry.
tell you right now that my cable management inside my box is absolutely atrocious. Like, I'm
Your
not.
cable management everywhere is
Yeah.
atrocious.
I mean, basically, I just plugged all this shit in and then shoved all the cables against so that I could close the case. I was like, sweet, we're done.
Because
We're
you're a
done.
man. Because you're a man and you don't care about cables.
I don't think that's the reason. I really don't.
The cords can go anywhere. Anyways.
Sensitive subject.
When
Lance.
someone from our stream agrees with you, Thomas, we got Arias.
Oh, what up, Eris?
He's talking about it. He's like, yeah, that's me too. Cables everywhere.
Yeah, man, you build the thing and you just shove everything in and you close the case. You never see it again.
And you're good to go.
My PC tower has a red diode that lights up when I turn on the power supply for some reason. Which is, it's alright, but I don't really care. I just wanted to have a PC to play games on.
All right, out of everyone here who's built a custom PC, how many of you have sent something back, had a warranty issue, and how many of them have you had? I'm not trying to prove a point. I'm just curious.
Just one.
0 for Tom.
1 for
Actually,
Jacek.
2.
Okay, how many computers have you built total out of
Me?
all of you guys? Yeah.
2, but one has gone through like 3 or 4 iterations.
Mm.
Are you talking about like computers for other people or just mine?
Yours is just yours by yourself. It's fine.
Yeah, because I've built like 20 PCs in my life, but
Yeah, I think this is like my 6th PC that I'm on.
Okay, so fairly good, non-problematic. Okay.
Well, I think the thing is like once you build a PC, like you really don't. It's pretty rare that you do a complete rebuild or a complete new system. You usually can carry a lot of your parts over to the new one.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this would probably be like the 6th iteration. No, this is like the
Yes.
4th iteration. You know what I mean?
yeah, see what I mean?
So-
Like,
Yeah.
Like
This
I've
is what
had
I
the same
consider-
motherboard for a long time and the same, power supply for a long time, and the cases stay the same. But like I've went from an i5 to an i7. I have 16 gigs of RAM versus 8 when I had 2 weeks ago. I have a better graphics card because I started out with a 560. And I have a 680. In the mail there I have a 980.
Oh, you
so.
son of a bitch.
You,
son of a bitch.
So, just out of curiosity, when you're building a computer, I'm assuming we start from motherboard and move our way out, right? Or how do you guys determine it? How do you go?
I look at
go about it?
I look at usually like what power requirements I really need. So for this thing, this is also my work machine. This is also my workstation. So I look at the programs I'm going to be using. I'm going to look at because gaming's relatively easy. You just an i5 is perfectly fine for gaming right now, and a mid-end video card, is like a 960 is probably your big workhorse right now.
You should buy a
but for-
680, and then it's the minimum requirements for The Witcher.
Hmm.
Not that
Sorry,
happened
bro.
to anybody.
Hi.
Alright.
I have a 675, and I'm like, "Fuck you, Witcher."
yeah, I mean,
so,
It's
Yeah,
I
go
usually
ahead,
go
Jay.
from motherboard and CPU. I find a good combo of those, and then I build out from there. Like because there's so many different kinds of RAM and different kinds of CPU, you can always mix and match those later on. But the two things that will usually stay the same for most of the time will be your motherboard and your CPU. Not only just because it's a bitch to change out, because you have to, undo the heatsink, take out the chip, put the new chip in, redo the grease, put the heatsink back on. Hopefully your Windows operating system registers it fine. Hopefully it doesn't kick your, authentication out, because sometimes it can do that. If you've changed enough stuff in your computer, your operating system will be like, whoa, this is a different computer. We don't like it. You have to re-register, get a new, code, whatever. Yeah. So really, it's motherboard and CPU that usually stay the same, and then everything else is modular, really.
Yeah, and you guys got to be thinking like right now, like Intel is just milking the shit out of the market with Core i series. So like I have a 2nd generation Core i7, which was Sandy Bridge, way back in the day, and it still keeps up with a lot of the new product coming out. So it's been a really weird time for Intel. They just really haven't produced a product that's been worth upgrading to, but they're still producing the fastest hardware.
Like I remember not long ago, like if you wanted to keep up with everything, you had to change out your CPU or your motherboard or something every 6 months to a year, it seemed like. But now, like I've had the same CPU for 2 years, motherboard for 3, same RAM for 2 years. My graphics card as well, 2 years old at least. So.
Well, and I feel like 8 gigs of RAM is a pretty good standard right now. I mean,
Yeah, you don't need more than that. Bro.
I've got 8, and I really don't have a problem running anything. Like my video card my video card's probably 4 years old, but that would be the only part of my rig I really want to upgrade, I think.
Okay, so Danielle, so after hearing all of this stuff, what do you think of going forward of building a computer?
I have no idea. I kind of blanked out. Like it was like
It's like Star Trek Technobabble.
How many
exactly.
beers?
What?
I said, how many beers?
None.
love
I can't
beers.
drink beer.
Oh,
Oh,
You just made all of us really sad.
I'm sorry.
I'll drink
Sad
5
beer.
beers for you on Friday.
Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that. But no, like, my ex was very into PC gaming, and he built his own computer and stuff, so I kind of had like an idea of certain aspects of it. So
Well, and what do you think? So, I'm trying to think of the best way to. I don't know. Let's talk about games. I don't want to talk about
Yes,
hardware anymore.
I don't want
Hardware's
to talk about
boring.
that stuff anymore. That's just stupid.
Like as much as I love hardware, and I do. So, Lance, take us into gaming. Do it. Lead us on, sir.
So, I guess tell me with well, shit. I don't even know where to go with this. I'm grumpy with Witcher 3. I'm just gonna go out and say this. I get really fucking tired of the benchmark getting constantly pushed up, and everybody else who is like where I'm at with a laptop. I've got 3 or 4 year old. I think it's 4 year old hardware at this point. No, 3 year old, and I'm like left in the dust. And there's no like, the only people that it seems like still keep carrying you along is Blizzard. I don't really see very many other companies. I mean, like League of Legends and stuff like that. But some of the more intensive games are like, fuck off, buy new hardware, you're done.
Yeah,
It's
it's always
true.
been like
It's-
that with. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was
Go
going to
on.
say it's always been like that with AAA games. It's always those games are meant to push the boundaries of what's graphically possible, and laptops are just not meant to play AAA games at full 60 frames.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, I mean, even if I had Tom, how old's your computer?
3.5 years, 4 years.
And you're not going to be able to play anything that's coming out right now.
Oh yeah, I can play The Witcher just fine. I just can't play it on Max.
What were you going to say, Danielle? I'm sorry you got cut off there.
Yeah.
But where was your train of thought at?
Oh, I was just gonna comment on how like intense the games look and whatnot, but no, it's fine. It's fine. Continue.
Well, but I think that's an important point to make. Like when we're
Yeah.
when you're looking at PC gaming versus like even say console gaming, right? Like, I mean, I notice it because I play Street Fighter on my Xbox 360 because it's a little more competitive online there. But then I play it on my PC all the time, and it looks better on PC. There's not even a question. It runs smoother. It looks more crisp. So this could lead into a gaming concept then. So is it the fact that there are more indie games being developed for PC, or there's more availability of games, you can get games cheaper? What's the drive of consistently updating that versus buying a console that'll last you 10 years?
Well, if the console does last 10 years, I mean, you're at the complete mercy of the console developers.
True.
It just so happened that Microsoft said, let's make this go 9 years. But if it doesn't become financially prudent for them, they're not going to make it go 10 years. They'll sell you a new piece of hardware. So that's the thing is the PC, you're completely free of that.
And what I want to
So
say,
freedom.
Did
Yeah,
anybody
freedom.
actually get their Xbox 360 to last that long? Because when I worked at GameStop, oh my god, so many people with red rings of death.
Yeah.
Mm,
There's this concept that I adapted for my Xbox 360. It was called the Costco buy. So I would go buy a Costco. I bought one Costco Xbox and I turned it into 5.
Oh my god.
Via the warranty.
Costco's
What?
just the best.
And I've had the same Xbox 360 for probably 7.5 years now.
Damn.
But at the same time, I have replaced the hard drive on it twice, and I've babied it. I've been very nice to it because of the red
He
ring.
modded it.
No, I didn't.
I thought you modded yours.
No, I just instead of buying like a 120 gig hard drive, I took the hard drive out and flipped it into a different case. That's all I did.
Oh, okay.
But
so
I've
you
babied
modded it.
Sure, I modded it in the grand sense of the word, I suppose. But so what PC games coming out this year is everyone stoked for? Like what?
Star Wars Battlefront.
That was a good trailer.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
There you go.
Arkham Knight,
Yeah.
Unreal Engine 4, man.
it's gonna be so good. So
It looks
good.
beautiful.
Kind of wish I had my wall of upcoming games right here with
I
me
know.
because I have it at work, and I'm trying to think of all the games that are coming out this year.
Well, you know what? Actually, I'm a little bit bummed that I just barely bought again. Is Grand Theft Auto on PC is going to be how
You
many
did?
frames?
Oh.
It's going to be 60 frames
Dude.
per second on
Yeah.
PC.
This is coming from our chat. Ariso34 says friend still has his day one Xbox 360 going strong.
Damn.
God
What?
damn.
Eris, are you like?
You're
like,
lucky.
I imagine like he wakes up every morning and sings it to sleep. Like he just pets it gently, sprays it
Don't
with
die
his
on
breast
me,
Strokes
hair.
strokes its hair.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a very well loved Xbox
Tickles it-
360.
Tickles its back.
Hush,
tickles-
kitty, little ball of fur,
and it
Pretty
doesn't die.
bird.
pretty bird.
God, is anybody gonna pick up MKX on PC?
Nah.
No. Yeah, I'm doing that.
It seems
You know what?
a
I've
very
been trying
console
to-
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fighting
I've
games
actually-
are great, but I think they're more console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally.
They were
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's another wonderful thing about the PC is that, especially with Microsoft, is your controllers hook right up to your USB ports, and your Windows operating has legacy drivers for 'em, you know. So, I mean, but yeah, and it is what it is, you know. Overwatch.
Overwatch will be good.
Oh yeah, I'm really grumpy that I don't have something that can run that.
I'm sure it'll run just fine on your laptop, man. Like
It will not run the way I want it to run. I'm a
Get
graphics
a new
whore.
laptop.
I
Don't
probably
get a new
will.
laptop.
When is Overwatch scheduled? This fall?
end of year, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
We
Yeah.
got some time.
Let's just build a mini ITX, man. Let's just build a mini.
Let's do it. I want to do it. I want to build one, and I want to deploy Steam OS on it. I want to build a Steam machine.
And you
You
can
know
get
what I
like one
want?
of the shorts, and you can get the short 960s. Like you know how the graphics card is about like this long,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But the 960, there's a short version, I think. That's like
Yeah.
really, really short.
Yeah,
That's just made for
MSI.
those.
Yeah, MSI makes one. Gigabyte's now making one, and there's Club 3D that wants to make one. I don't know if they're doing it. And then if you really want to get nutty with it,
Oh, I want to get nutty.
there's another company that's doing one that's kind of interesting, but it comes with a liquid cooler already built in, so it
Wow.
just depends on how much you want to spend. Yeah,
So, keyboard and mouse or controller?
Steel Series. Oh, keyboard and mouse.
Keyboard and mouse.
Controller.
Controller, but
Ah.
I like the keyboard and mouse too.
It
but I
depends on the
prefer
game.
controller. Yeah.
See, and I'm in Danielle and Lance's boat. I plug this bad boy into mine. I actually use my Xbox One controller more on my PC than I do on my Xbox One, and yeah,
Oh, that's an Xbox One controller?
Mhm.
God, those look like third-party controllers.
right? They look like a Mad Cat's almost.
They do.
Yeah.
Like,
They feel great.
Yeah, and they work really
it's
well.
a really good controller.
Lupin Fury says he's had two 360s Red Ring on him.
that's
poor,
about right.
poor Arthur.
We are not talking about consoles. And for
Yeah,
the record,
get out of here with that console talk.
Arthur,
Venom, Hammer,
Arthur is
Van Hammer.
still trying. Ban him. Kick him out.
Get out of
because
here, Arthur.
I have listened to banter about buying a PlayStation
I
4
know.
for the last month from those two. This one that's on the cast and that one in the chat room. And then somebody else at work spotted PS4. I don't want to hear it. We're moving on. I just
But you
checked my
should really
Steam.
buy a PS4.
You really should.
Mm-mm.
They're a
No.
really
You really
good
should.
system.
We're
It's an
talking
amazing system.
library for PC. I have 73 games.
I have 265.
Damn it, Jacek.
I think the problem
I have
is
like 180.
I do this every time there's a Steam sales. I buy all this shit and then I never play it.
Steam sale and Humble
That's
Bundle.
okay. That's okay.
At least I own it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're supporting the developers, right?
Yeah.
I can say one of my favorite things that I like about Steam and I like about having a PC game is those communities don't die. So if you love a title, even if it's not the most loved title by everybody, in this group, and Tom knows exactly where I'm going with this, is I loved Alien Colonial Marines. I loved it. I loved that game, and I could still log in today. Like I actually right now, I just pulled up my friends list. I have 122 friends. 122 friends who play Aliens Colonial Marines. So what I'm saying with that is that there's still a community going, and I can still find a game for that. If I jumped on an Xbox 360 or a PS3 right now, that community is dead.
Well, and I think it's worth noting that in the PC community, games don't die as fast. Like you said, I mean, case in point, I was talking to another coworker today as we were working on some stuff, and he mentioned that to unwind, he goes home and plays TFC. You know, when did
Team Fortress Classic?
Yeah. When did that game come out? Like, that's 10. We're 10 or more years old than that, right?
18 years old.
18 years old, and there is still an active gaming community playing it. And if Valve was to pull the servers, then dorks like us would put up our own servers and host community servers.
Yeah,
I mean, it would happen.
Dude, everyone's still running.
Exactly, I was gonna say that. Plus, every once in a while, like once a year, I turn on Sim Tower just for nostalgia's sake. You know. Because
man, I want to go play some Sims. SimCity 2000.
Yeah, Sim Farm, Sim Ant, Sim Streets of SimCity, Sim Copter, Sim Isle. I never understood Sim Isle. Sim Isle is always weird to me. Sim Safari and Sim Park. Like I had like the Maxis bundle series thing that they had.
Did you ever get into the Civilization series at all?
I do. I have Civ 5. Before then I didn't, but when Civ 5 came out I did.
Yeah. Anyways, so I don't know where else to take this. Tom, give me my next topic.
Let me go look at the agenda.
So what has everybody been playing with?
Yeah, let's do that. What's everyone been playing?
I have been playing. Okay, I'll go first.
Go for it, dude.
I've been playing City Skylines, which is a PC city builder, which is really fantastic.
No, this is the sequel, right?
No, this is its own thing.
Okay, so it's Cities XL Skyliners, right? Is what you're playing?
No, Cities XL is a completely different company. This company did Cities in Motion.
Okay.
Which was more of a transport, logistics thing. But this is like SimCity Killer. And I think it is because A, mod support, B, it worked day one out of the box.
That's weird.
That's a big seller.
Games do that now? You could just buy a game day one and have it work?
Right?
Huh.
And I don't know, it's just fun to play. Today I started playing Spatial, which is sort of like a space-based DF9 style game where you can go and do away teams basically on different planets, collect resources, do little missions, and then just build up your base.
I don't know. I had another thought when you said Spatial, but okay.
Okay, let's keep going. There's also a small little indie game called Mini Metro, and all it is that you connect lines between points, and they keep popping up every once in a while, and you just try to make a very good transport line of metros. It's a really fun game.
I like your diagram that you just gave us on the screen.
I mean,
exactly. You play a lot of Sims.
You do. It's kind of worrying.
Okay,
but if Jacek was the mayor of a town, it would be so perfectly fucking run. It would be gorgeous.
Almost better than Arnold Schwarzenegger's.
I have Euro Truck Simulator. I have the steering wheel. I have the shifter, and I have the pedals for it.
Do you have the assless chaps?
I do not. Not yet. They're in the mail. Okay. Stay tuned for next week's episode.
With your mouth.
Danielle, you had a question, then you got cut off, I believe.
I didn't have a question. No, I was just harassing.
Harassing based on the fact that he simulates everything.
Make it happen.
Questioning my sanity. I see.
I know. Like, how boring is your life?
I got some
you
really
have to, like, sim everything.
Well, now that you mention it.
He has a sim for the kitchen. Sim kitchen.
Right.
I can sim some food.
Okay, laugh it up. No, but the reason why I play so many games is I just want to unwind, and I don't always want to like shoot people. So like some of the ways that I unwind is just by building stuff, trying to get something managed correctly and all that stuff. And apparently, your simulator was shown to relieve stress, like for victims or something. I have to find the article, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, that was my story.
I relieve stress by killing people online. It makes me feel good.
I do it by watching horror movies and watching people kill other people.
Speaking of horror movies, we're gonna totally derail. Danielle, have you seen It Follows?
Yes,
And what did you think about it?
I loved it.
Wasn't it incredible?
It was so good. It was
Well, that's good because
so-
Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
No, it was just like it's not scary. It's disturbing and it's gut wrenching and it's got good like oh shit, I can't even think of the word. But yeah, it's really good. Tension building. There we go.
Yeah, and like the soundtrack is so like classic throwback horror.
Beautiful.
And I spent the whole movie trying to figure out what year it was filmed in. And I could never figure it out because it's so... Is androgynous the right word?
No,
It's-
anachronistic.
Yeah, like you just don't know.
Androgynous is like
Sex.
can't
There's no
tell
sex.
about gender.
Yeah, no, that movie definitely defined gender because there was boobs and stuff. So, yep, you're right.
There
Okay.
was boobs.
There was boobs. There were some weird boobs in that movie. That movie had some awkward boob.
It's fine. There's boobs.
Yeah, but it was a great show. And, oh my god. Except for, I can't stand that girl had like a Palm Pilot. What the hell?
Define disturbing.
Her like little shell
That's the scary
thing.
part. Right
Yeah,
there.
her Polly Pocket that she read on that obviously had a touchscreen. What the hell was that? Anyway.
I know somebody had a sidekick. That's all I remember.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
who had a
Sidekick?
yeah, like those T-Mobile sidekicks. Do you remember those?
I
I had
did.
one. I had a couple of them.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, he did. He totally did. He really did.
Jesus.
Hey man, that was like at the time there
Remember
was
the
no
N-Gage?
iPhone. That was
Yeah, the
before
N-Gage.
the N-Gage. That was before the iPhone. That was before Android. Like the Sidekick was one of the first internet phones you could get. That and a BlackBerry. That was about it.
Well, and
So
it's- Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the Sidekick was like that was one of the first smartphones that I had.
Yeah.
The first internet-based phones.
And I'm
So
gonna
there.
I'm gonna make a bold statement because Jacek brought up the N-Gage. The N-Gage was ahead of its time. Like it didn't do well, but if
I don't
you
even know what that is.
Oh man, so Nokia made a gaming console called the Nokia N-Gage, and it was a cell
a phone.
phone that was a game console, right? And it
Oh my god. that's
totally
weird.
fucking flopped. Nobody bought it. But if you think about it now, it was totally dead on. They just went about it the wrong way, right? Like mobile games are
It's
so
basically like a
prevalent.
PSP or something.
Yeah, and it made
Like,
phone
it has
calls.
a screen in the middle and then like the buttons on the sides and
And to
had,
talk
like,
on it, you had to
bumpers.
hold it
Yeah.
sideways like a taco.
Aw.
Apparently King Jobby had 2 of them.
Hell yeah, dude.
Tom
That's
had
awesome.
one, didn't you?
No, Paul did.
Oh.
He was my manager at GameStop, actually. And he had an N-Gage that he got for free, and he used it as cell phone for like 6 years. Because he was too cheap to buy a cell phone or something. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm stoked on Jobby having 2 N-Gages. That's pretty bold, sir or ma'am.
They were the Dreamcast of
the Dreamcast of the cell phone industry.
Yes.
They were the BlackBerry
Oh,
torch
that
of
was
the
a
early
good
2000s.
console.
I like.
I love that console.
I love the Dreamcast too, but let's be honest, guys. It was
Right?
it was a flop. I mean, it was ahead of its time, and it just didn't catch on. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I just think it had
No.
really poor marketing.
It wasn't ahead of its time. It was in the wake of the PlayStation 2. It was just
Yeah.
you don't-
PlayStation 2? No, I don't think PlayStation 2 was
PlayStation
out
1.
yet.
PlayStation 3. My bad.
What? No, not PlayStation 3.
PlayStation
no, it was-
1.
PlayStation
Yeah.
1,
No,
PS1.
PS1.
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast?
No, the Dreamcast is like in 1990s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we talking about? I'm
The
so
I don't
Dreamcast.
know.
Are you?
I don't know. Go get your pot
Yeah,
and
no,
smoke
the
some more.
Dreamcast came out. The Dreamcast came out before like the PlayStation 2.
98.
Yeah,
Dreamcast
Oh,
came out in 98.
Banhammer.
Oh.
What?
And the PS1 release date. The PlayStation 1 hit shelves. Come on, Google. They just had the 20th anniversary, didn't they?
Anyways.
PlayStation console came out in 94.
Yeah.
94. Yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation
The
2 was
no wait. PlayStation came out in 94. PS1 came out in Wait, that's
PS
a miniature version of the PlayStation. Okay.
PS2 came out March 4th, 2000.
Yeah.
I wonder if
That's what
anybody's
killed
ever
the
gonna.
Dreamcast.
So remember how this
Oh,
was
you're
supposed to
right.
be a PC?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So back to PC.
So,
Oh, but wait, really fast. With the back to the
Oh,
define
yeah,
the
that
disturbing
thing.
of the movie.
yeah.
So,
Chuck Bass.
it it's not disturbing in like a violent way. It's more like psychological.
Yeah.
So.
Like, well, just the thought of somebody walking towards you should not be scary, and they made it really freaking scary.
They did, and do you know what? Like today when I went to the mall, there was like this guy that kind of made eye contact with me and then just started like following me, and I started really freaking out.
Did you like grab somebody or like, can you see that guy behind me in the gray sweater?
No, I was really tempted to, but I was in my car, so I just drove faster.
Smart.
Yes.
If you really wanted to stop him, you could have backed over him.
That must have been a movie reference that I didn't get. Awesome.
No.
That is.
Yeah,
It was back to It Follows. It's fine.
That movie's great. But yeah, PC gaming is cool. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm kind of out of ideas here, so go back to the agenda. To the agenda.
I was gonna say, okay, go ahead. What's on the
Oh,
agenda?
I was just
No,
gonna
say your
say
thing.
how much have you guys spent like on your current rigs? Tell me at full cost what you paid for your rigs.
Yeah, tell me so that I know how much to save.
20.
Jacek has bounced.
I think I'm at 2,600. To do
Oh,
my
God
rig
damn.
right now, it would be like 23, 24.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I'm just 23 or 24. And pay off my credit card, or I
You
could
also
buy a
gotta-
gaming rig.
It's something I had to use for work too, so it's
Yeah.
rare that someone's gonna put something together
Yeah,
like
it's-
that.
Keep
Tax
in mind,
write-off.
ladies and gentlemen, that he works in the industry and he needs to have a really intense machine that can push a lot.
What did you pay for your laptop, Lance?
1,700. But at the same time, if I had bought a desktop, I probably would have spent about 12 or 13 at that time. 12, probably 12.
See, and I dropped my rig was only about $1,000, and that's with monitor.
Yeah.
I went the budget route. I mean, I didn't buy top of the line at the time. You know, I can't remember the site I used. It wasn't Tom's Hardware, but it was something similar. But they essentially do like a value to power ratio, and so I spent a lot of time in.
Fuck.
Yep, and so I think Jacek's bouncing in and out. So apologies for the statics as his internet connection gets mad and then gets back to us. But basically, I kind of spent a lot of time on there. So when I went with my processor, I went with a 3.2 gigahertz quad core, and it was an Intel. But I didn't go Ivy Bridge. I went Sandy Bridge. Because Ivy's the newer one, right? It was Sandy and Ivy. Yeah, so I did a Sandy Bridge.
Me and you have the same. We're in the same. You have an i5 and my generation,
Yep.
so it's like a 2,500 or.
Yeah, something like that. And then like video card, I bought the GTX 680 or the 660, I think is what I bought. But I didn't buy the 660i. It was just a 660. You know, and that saved me $130 right there. RAM, I just put in 8 gigs versus 16. Hard drive, I actually had a hard drive laying around. I just popped in it. So kind of went the budget route. Bought a cheap case.
You can. I think it's with. I think a lot of people overlook. If you're building a gaming PC, your video card pretty much is the end all.
Right.
They always want to build around the video card, especially for gaming. I mean, I've talked to a lot of guys on the overclockers forums, and they're saying, "Dude, I've been building with an i3," and I'm like, "Holy shit, a dual core?" And you'd be surprised at how many budget systems have a dual core with hyper-threading enabled. And it basically acts like a quad core, but the reality is that doesn't mean anything because DirectX 11 can only queue up one core really to do all the work. So, multi-core processors are useless unless you're using Mantle or unless you're using, or at least until DirectX 12 comes out. So, that'll make a big difference, when that all happens. But for right now, your processor, you can get away. There's a lot of little loopholes that you can pull.
Yep.
And get away with a really mean, lean machine without spending a ton of money.
Yep. Well, and I think it's worth noting, I built my folks a computer, and they weren't gaming on it, but they have a full home rig for $400, and it's more than they will ever need, right? So you can find the right plays, and that's why I was interested when the Steam Machine pricing came out. That there was stuff all the way from $400 to I think it was a $5,000 Steam Machine, if I remember right.
Do you guys feel like the Steam Machine is just a branded game? I mean, that's what it is, right? I mean,
That's
it's
exactly
a
what it is.
branded
Yep, that's
game
what it
machine,
is.
and I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's like we made a PC and we're calling it a gaming machine, but it's still a PC. Yet it can't run a lot of the things that your PC can run. I don't have
It
a
can do-
problem with it, but it's
No.
kind
The
of
Steam Machine can. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna dispel some myths right now about the Steam
Okay.
Machine.
Do it.
All the Steam Machine is a small form factor PC. That's all it is. If you want to install Windows on it, you can. If you want to install Linux on it, you can. You can do anything you want with it. But it comes pre-installed with SteamOS. So it's just what it is they've taken regular PC parts or small form factor PC parts, they've slapped it in a really nice case so it's presentable in your living room, and they've given you basically a media box that has SteamOS installed, and it's specifically set up with SteamOS in mind. But that doesn't mean it's not configurable. At any time you can dual partition, or at any time you can install Windows and SteamOS and have a dual partition on the box if you want. It's really open ended, and that's what's wonderful about the Steam box is it's just it is a PC.
Oh. Well, I'm not. I guess I was naysaying a little bit for the purpose of do I feel like it's worth it for the cost? I mean, I understand the purpose of it, but I think it'll serve some people really well, right? So
it's what we call a vanity machine. I'm sorry, Danielle. What were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay. I saw you blink. I'm sorry. It's a vanity machine, is what it is. It's something that if you already have a PC in your house, you really don't need a Steam box. But if you don't have a PC and you're looking into something that's a little more, I don't know, I guess a little more living room friendly, then the Steam box is a really good idea. What's exciting about the Steam box is not the actual hardware that everybody's selling, that the third parties are selling, but the hardware that's coming out from Steam. You know, Steam VR and the actual Steam controller. That's what you should be really excited about, because that stuff is really cutting. Like, in my opinion, it's pushing PC gaming that much further. The experience that much harder.
Gotcha. All right. Tom, what else do you want to talk about?
Hold on, I've got to move some things real quick, because I tried to cover up for the fact that Jacek's thing exploded, and I broke the stream, sort of.
So, Danielle, so if you were given the opportunity, would you take? I mean, if money wasn't a factor in this, would you take a Steam box or would you take a build it yourself?
You know what? That's kind of hard. Because I like the idea of a Steam box, because then I don't have to worry about like having an actual PC and stuff that'll take up room that I don't really have much of. And then I could just have like my laptop for other stuff, but I don't know. I think there's pluses and minuses to both. But I'm actually tempted to get like a Steam machine.
Well,
I am too, actually, for my next one.
Well, and I think the other thing to look at too, like I've thought about this a couple times. Maybe this could bridge us into talking about streaming. So, one big thing that Steam is doing, and the Nvidia Shield is doing, and what else is doing that?
Windows 10.
Windows 10 is doing it. PlayStation is doing it with the Vita. They've got Remote Play. You know, we're reaching a point where if you have a central gaming tower somewhere, right, anything can run it. Like I almost want to try like grabbing a Raspberry Pi and deploying SteamOS on it and seeing what happens. If it can handle it. I don't think it could, but
no, because SteamOS just connects to your Steam library. It doesn't connect to your main computer. It just, actually downloads its own. It is its own computer.
But SteamOS will do in-home streaming as well, though.
I think.
Mm-hmm. It will.
Yeah.
It will. And I run in-home, and the crazy thing is, like, with my MacBook, which has no business gaming whatsoever, for the record, I sit, on the other side of my house, and through Steam streaming I've played Evolve, I've played, what else have I played? I played a bunch of other indie titles, just perfectly, 60 frames a second, almost no lag, using my home network. It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So.
But I think it's. I guess it comes down to what SteamOS is going to offer above the actual Steam client on your PC. I mean, as far as I can tell, there's really no huge advantage to buying a Steam box if you already have a gaming PC that has a Steam client installed. But then again, it's like we said, there's a lot of, I didn't know this was such an important thing to people, but there's a lot of people out there who just want to sit on their couch and enjoy their TV and enjoy PC games on their TV. Yeah. Whereas, it never occurred to me because I've always had this really intimate relationship with my PC where I sit at a desk and I have my beautiful monitor. But
my ass gets tired sitting in a computer chair all fucking day long at work, and then I come home and want to sit into another computer chair. No, thank you. I'd rather sit on the couch.
Yeah, that's true.
No pants, couch.
Is the best. No pants, yes.
Well,
no pants on the couch.
You guys are using the wrong computer chairs, but that's
that's a different story.
No, actually, the computer chair is called the couch.
And what you guys didn't know is the next part of our show is a 25-minute discussion on the correct computer furniture.
Yeah, right.
No pants.
No pants.
No pants.
That's part of it. I have to struggle to put pants on for the cast.
That's what I say. I actually have to admit, like, we were getting ready to do the show, and I was like, I don't want to get pants on.
You technically don't need to have pants on unless you're going to stand up and walk around.
There's a chance I may stand up. I can't run that risk, Danielle. I can't.
Then just roll your chair across.
just off.
I'm back.
Hey.
Why do you think I don't have video?
Smart.
What up?
What up?
Rolling gangsta.
Take a page out of Danielle's book. No pants.
Bug life.
One of my friends is watching the stream right now, and he just informed me that he has 6 more keys for the Heroes of the Storm beta.
Your friend should message me up, brother. We'll all play. We'll do a stream.
Take care of it. I'll take care of it.
Nice. And see, and that's another thing about PC, and I think I've talked about this, but like community. So there's a story I wanted to tell you, and this was, if anyone started listening to our podcast in the OG days, 2 years ago, we had a buddy named Rich on there. He was still a great guy, and you know, when I was working at the GameStop, we'll call it the Stop. When I was at the Stop, it's kind of like the Shack. When I was working there, I had an assistant who wanted to get into PC gaming, but his laptop video card, he had some weird onboard video card that nothing supported. Like, it just would not work. And he wanted to play some PC games with us, and so we started talking to Rich, we started talking to a couple of other of his friends, and after about 30 minutes of text messages, we had built him a Frankenbox. Like, we had just, like, found parts from random people and thrown it together. Excuse me. So I think it's worth, like, that too, like, the community side of it is really cool, wherein, like, if I wanted to play PC games and I was really desperate for a machine, between probably the 20 to 30 people that I know, I could probably for $100 put together a rig.
Yeah.
And be able to game, which is pretty sweet, I think. Pretty resourceful.
Well, you always run into, it sounds like Jacek's like this too, but you always run into guys like us, and I have an extra hard drive, I have extra RAM, I think I have an extra processor sitting around, you know.
Yeah. And so it's kind of a cool community. Like in the console world, what are the odds of running into someone that's like, I got an extra Xbox in my basement, you can halves it. Like, it doesn't happen.
Lance,
you know
maybe?
what? That's how I got my PS3. Was somebody was like, hey, so you need something to watch your Blu-rays on? Well, we got this PS3 that we're not using.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to borrow Tom's PS3 because mine was lost in collateral damage. And I'm going to borrow that and play The Last of Us.
Yeah, you need to do that.
So good.
I still have Tom's Kinect.
Aww.
For the record.
You also have all of my Skylanders, which...
Yep, see, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Jacek was right.
Lance's son thinks that my home is a Skylander store.
Yeah,
he came over one day and I just loaded him the fuck up.
He was just like...
Nice.
And then the next time that your name came up or something, he's all, let's go to Tom's house. He's going to give me more Skylanders or something like that. He said something like that. Like, no, we need to go to his house and get more of his Skylanders.
I don't think I have any left. But
okay. He doesn't need that. I hate that game.
Anyway, so I think we're getting to the end of the clusterfuck known as Entertainment is Dead for the night. But any other final thoughts and words on PC gaming?
Yeah, I mean, what are you guys doing? Well, what are you guys doing with your PCs? Like, not much has changed in the last few years with like hardware-wise or software-wise. I mean, are you guys gonna make the jump to Windows 10? Maybe. I mean, it's a free.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it's free. I'll do it.
Yeah,
now.
so.
And actually, that's something worth noting. If you don't have a legit copy of Windows, or you don't have Windows 8.1, correct? Or Windows 7, or you haven't bought Windows, go pirate a copy. And then take advantage... No, seriously, and take advantage of their amnesty program. Because with their amnesty program, if you have a pirated or non-legit key, they'll let you upgrade for the first 6 months for, like, was it $20, $30?
Something like that.
Dirt cheap. Yeah. So, there's your in.
And that brings me on to another point. One of our viewers, made the really nice, it's pretty intelligent comment, is that, once you spend the money on the PC, you pretty much make all your money back on PC games because they're so much cheaper than console.
So much cheaper.
But that's all relative, actually. I'm going to go ahead and be the devil's advocate on that. If you are buying them brand new, you're still going to pay the same price. I think it's a little misleading, and you got to remember that you've got a whole new generation of consoles here. So we're starting to see sales on Xbox 360 and PS4 now.
Nothing's like a Steam summer sale.
True,
got Steam.
but you've got a
Like,
lot bigger catalog too.
I-
You got to remember that.
I love the month
That's
of
another
July.
reason to go to a PC. You have a much bigger catalog.
More of the games. I get more of the games.
And I love the month of July because there's just like calm before the storm on the internet, and you can feel it. And what happens is like goodoldgames.com gets a vibe that Steam's going to do their summer sale, so they do their summer sale.
Like,
And then suddenly,
EA.
EA's like, oh shit, I think the summer sale might be coming soon. So then EA puts everything on sale.
Danielle, basically you need to have your PC before
July.
the 4th of July weekend or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh god, every 4th of July weekend I have to stay away from my fucking phone and Steam, anything, because it's like I always get these emails. It's like, bling, something's on sale on your list. Bling, something's on sale on your list. I'm like, son of a bitch.
So is what it comes down to is there's a big red button on Gabe Newell's desk right next to his not skinny button. And whenever he's just in the mood, he's just like, fuck it, sale. Bam! And it happens. There's big alarms that go off everywhere.
And
confetti falls down.
Heads explode.
Balloons.
Yeah, everybody's heads explode.
I imagine it's like Pee-wee's Playhouse when someone says the magic word.
Oh.
Oh, and then Sony and Microsoft.
Speaking of which,
shit their suit
another
pants.
Pee-wee movie's coming out soon.
I know.
Yes.
I love
So
Pee-wee.
excited.
Is he gonna
Dottie.
pee on stage?
I'm a rebel. Isn't
So
that
what is everybody
something?
doing?
No, I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel.
That's right. This is the end of my
They
Snapcase album.
play that movie at Brewvies on Monday nights every once in a while for free.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because you go have a beer and then everybody quotes the entire movie start to finish and then you go home. It's fucking awesome. It's a good night.
I tried to watch Ghostbusters at Brewvies and fell asleep in the theater.
What?
Yeah, I did. I had like one beer and fell asleep.
Aww.
Did your
So cute.
did your girlfriend just get up and leave you there?
Yeah, Los left me there.
Lois left you there.
Like, hey buddy, the
Water
movie's over.
All right.
So what is everybody doing tonight? I'm going to be watching The Court Jester.
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to bed. I'm late.
Lame.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Jacek,
take my pants off and go to bed.
those boring sales guys have to get up and grind it out for 8 hours tomorrow. We don't get to play games at work.
Well,
I
you
have to go to
see,
school.
the poison is in the pestle. Is in the pestle with the No, goddamn it.
Sorry, man. Good try.
The poison is in the vessel with the pestle.
I'm cutting this
The
off.
chalice, the palace is the bridge.
And with that, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Danielle,
Yep.
one more time. Her Twitter is at Danielle. Where can everybody
underscore?
Where can everybody find you on the Google webs?
HelloPodcast.com. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Stitcher, iTunes, etc., etc.
And they are a great bunch of young ladies. I still need to go
We
find.
are.
I need to go find your Drunk Dungeons and Dragons episode. I haven't dug that one up yet. So
Oh,
God.
Yeah, that was a great one. I think that was episode. It was the Christmas time episode.
okay.
have you guys done a Cards Against Humanity's episode? Because if not, you should do that.
We there was like a couple episodes where we did a few Cards Against the Humanities thing, but I would love to do that, like a whole episode.
Yay! I'll bring my cards.
Yeah.
I can be on your show.
Yes, I would love it. We would love it. Okay.
Cool.
You can
Holding
find-
you to that, sir.
Do it. Invite us. We will show up. Well, invite Lance. I would love to show up as well, but you don't have to invite me. At Chuck Sweat on Twitter. At Thomas Winkley on Twitter. YouTube for Jacek is the Polish Mario. Vance, formerly Rogue Nola Roll, is now at
That
Vancination.
name was so fucking
He paid Twitter $25 to change his handle.
No, they let me change it for free.
Oh, they
Yeah,
didn't
you
blizzard
teach it
you?
for free.
Oh, weird.
No, they didn't blizzard me.
Get your Vancinations.
ladies, if you're single, come on down and get your Vance.
That sounds terrible. Don't do that.
I
it
think
away.
it's great.
See, Danielle's the voice of reason. She's like, no, stay away, stay
I'm
away.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Uh,
I need a
I'm-
Vancination.
Oh.
I'm
I
pretty.
think you need
Peter,
a
with your mouth.
vaccination after a van.